Hi friends, this is Wendy with Love and Stampin', and today I am going to make a card using the Greatest Treasure stamp set from Pajama Crafter Stamps. This is a brand new release stamp set and it is absolutely adorable. I love the stamp set and it comes with dies, which is so perfect for cutting out. This is a Mother's Day focused stamp set. However, it's got that cute little I love you sentiment and some hearts, and you could easily add a happy birthday sentiment to this and even stamp the bigger dragon without the baby dragon or vice versa by just doing a little bit of masking. So we're going to start out using my Misty, the trusty old Misty, of course, and I have a big old pile here with stuff stuck to it. So I'm going to grab my Misty and I'm going to grab a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of cardstock that I have scored at 5 1/2 to make a top folding A2 card. And then I'm going to stamp the mama and baby dragon kind of like towards the bottom. It's about a 1/2 inch or so. The tail is about a 1/2 inch from the bottom of this card. In this card, we are going to do a partial die cutting technique. And I just want to tell you, I do have a class right now available for just $19 that is unique die cutting techniques. So I will drop that link below this video if you're interested in purchasing that class. And I think, I'm trying to remember, I think I might still have a early bird coupon on it. If I don't, I'll drop one below for you so you can get $5 off the class and you can just get it for 14 bucks. So we start out here by stamping and this image about 3 times with my Hero Arts intensified black ink. That is alcohol safe ink. And then I'm going to take a piece of Altenew masking paper and I'm going to stamp these little dragons one more time. And I'm going to fussy cut them out because I want to ink blend around the dragons. So after I've stamped it on the masking paper, I am going to take the time to fussy cut. I actually asked somebody asked me the other day, what is fussy cutting? And it is just hand cutting an image versus using a die. So here is the partial die cutting technique. I am using my Anna Griffin Impress machine, and I am only putting the die cut plate or top plate a little ways up on the bottom of this mom and baby dragon, and then we'll cut those pieces off, and that will give us a partially die cut edge or off the edge die cutting. Different people refer to these as different things. So I would consider this partial die cutting. So we are going to go ahead and remove this mask and place this mask on top of the little dragons. And then we're going to use a Hero Arts mask that looks like clouds to create some clouds. So it kind of looks like these sweet little dragons are floating in the air. This stamp set immediately made me think of my daughter because when she was little, she loved the movie How to Train Your Dragon. It's a DreamWorks movie. It's animated. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is such a fantastic movie. So if you've never seen How to Train Your Dragon, I highly, highly recommend it. Now, this card might not be a card I would necessarily give my mom, but I think it would be really cute for a little kiddo to give to their mom. When I think of my mom, I think of maybe more floral or birds or something like that. But I think a little boy giving this to his mom, so stinking cute. Or even a little girl. Like I said, my daughter absolutely loved How to Train Your Dragon. Here I am using Harbor ink from Concord and Ninth, and I am ink blending the bottom of the inside of my card. So when this card is folded in half, you can see that the dragons are floating in the sky, both from the back of the card and the front of the card. For the Copic marker coloring, I am using G29, G09, YG07, YG03, and YG01. And I'm going into the areas first with my darkest marker and then moving out to my lightest, and then I will move back to my darkest. So recently it came up that some people don't use their darkest color first when they're coloring with alcohol markers. And I want to address that really quick. It is absolutely a choice, and there are multiple ways to use alcohol markers. When I used to watch Kelly Taylor, who is incredibly talented colorist, she would go lightest to darkest, darkest to lightest, which means she's ink blending everything 2 times and she's starting with her lightest color first. The reason she did that is because she tended to be heavy-handed with her dark colors. I am opposite. I tend to struggle to use my dark colors. So I find using my dark colors first saves me a little bit of time, for one. And 2, I notice that I do a little bit better with my shading and I can go back in and add the dark easier. For the horns on my dragons, I used YR21, Y19, and Y15 and Y13. Here I used the Cottontail embossing buddy powder thing tool from Rabbit Hole Designs. That is such an awesome tool. It's my favorite, actually, embossing tool. And then I'm going to stamp in Hero Arts Intensified Black ink, and I am going to heat set this in black embossing powder. I'm using my Misty T-square ruler to make sure that my sentiment is straight on my card before I stamp it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get up with that Versamark, or did I use Versamark or Hero Arts? We're going to find out together right now. I recorded this video a while ago. Hero Arts, there it is. So I'm using the Hero Arts Intensified Black ink, and I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to put black embossing powder over the top that is just from Stampin' Up, and then I am going to heat set this. So after that, we are going to add a little sentiment to the bottom of this card, and then this card will be finished other than some rhinestones, and we're going to use a white gel pen to do a little decorating. So I thought I would just have a really short little story time with you guys because we haven't done that in a while. And today's video isn't very long, as you see. My videos are usually in the 20-minute range, but or longer. But today's video is a little bit shorter. It has been pretty hectic. I have been working hours and hours and hours to launch a course for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators that like to hold events and classes. I'll link to that below if you're interested in the course. And so I've been working several hours to get that class launched, and it's been amazing, and it's received really amazing feedback. And just before that, I had been working really hard to launch my unique die cutting class, which I told you I linked to below as well. And then I have obviously design team commitments. So I have that going on. And so there's just been a lot of like random kind of extra stuff lately. And then we've had some family things going on. I think I shared that before too, that we just had some little bit of a family emergency. And so there's just been a lot. There's just been a lot happening, y'all. So I am ready for vacation. My husband and I are going to be going on a vacation soon. And I am ready for summer. I'm ready for a little bit slower days, and winding down just a little bit. I'm ready for a little break. So hopefully I'll get that here in the next few weeks. I do want to encourage you to check out Pajama Crafter Stamp's newest release today. This set is just so darn cute, and there's other stuff you can see too. So yeah, make sure you check it out because it's really good stuff, really cute. And what else has been going on? I don't think anything. I mean, just life, right? The weather has been wonky. It's finally getting warmer, but for California, for us to have lots of cold weather in April is really unusual. So that's kind of been rough. Yeah, that's it. So, just random things going on, busy life always. My daughter is driving now. She's permitted. She is a permitted driver. So she's not driving by herself yet, but she is definitely wanting to drive all the time. And we'll probably save that for another story time because y'all, I'm scared. I'm like, I'm doing my best. I'm hanging in there. I think my husband is better suited to drive with her, but unfortunately, he's not home. Like, he works all the time, and I'm the one that runs her around everywhere. So I feel like if I waited for him to be the one to do the driving with her, then she just wouldn't be getting enough experience. But I'm telling you, she is a good driver. I want to say that. She's not a bad driver. She's just inexperienced. So there are definitely moments where I'm like, oh, she scares me. Also, she tends to want to look off of the road, like off of where she's going. Like, and as soon as she does that, she veers in whatever direction she's looking. And I can't seem to convince her to stop doing that. So that is a little concerning, but I'm sure she'll get better at it. I think her very favorite thing is getting to go through the Starbucks drive-through. Yeah, she really likes that. So, lots of practice. She will have another driving lesson with the professional driver people in June. It is quite the process for kids to get their driver's license in California. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but it's quite the process here. She has to take 3 driving lessons at $160 a piece, and she had to take a little course to even go do her permit test. That was $67, and then it was $45 to take her permit test. I'm like, this is crazy how much they charge you to get your license. It's insane to me. So so then they require you, after you get your permit and you pass the test, they actually require you to take your first lesson with a pro before you can drive with mom and dad. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at in life. And hopefully one day my child will say about me that I am her greatest treasure. And I know she loves me very much. And so anyway, if you need a cute Mother's Day idea, this is a cute one. Grab this stamp set. I'll drop the links below, and I will talk to you in the next video. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.